What's up, peeps? It's your boy CJ, and today we're going to review the Mancheront Pacer. Let's get it. Alright, here we are, the Mancheront Pacer in all its glory. Let's get some housekeeping out the way, shall we? Before we continue, remember to like down below, hit that subscribe button, comment, and support your boy. Let's get it. So the Mancheront Pacer features a case size of 41mm, lug to lug of 48mm, a welcomed lug width of 20mm, case thickness of 14.2mm. The Lume features C3 Superluminova, and it has a underside AR coating of sapphire crystal. It also features 100 meters water resistance, screw down crown, and it has a Miyota 9132 movement. The price on this bad boy is 950 Australian dollars, which is 650 USD. Okay, so how does the Pacer wear? Well, as you can see here, that 41mm size fits just perfect on my wrist. The lugs as well, having that just under 50 mils, just molds to the wrist. And while most of us don't like male end links, you can see the curve conforms to the wrist just perfectly, so it wears like a gem. Let's have a look at that pocket shot to show. So as you can see here, perfect fit, extremely comfortable. That oyster bracelet, as well as everybody knows, is just pure comfort, and I just love the way it looks. Okay, so the Mancheront Pacer has this beautiful pulsometer bezel, 120 click, sounds really good. Bi-directional, of course. A nice large screw down crown with this beautiful indentation that I quite like. It's very subtle, but I actually like that little feature. 24-hour sub-dial there with the date window, and I'm not sure if you can see here, but it's got that sandwich dial on that minute and maximum indication for the power reserve. Beautiful white hands on that matte black dial, and that gorgeous minute track on the rehort there. Overall, an incredible design, I think. Dylan, the owner, is an architect, so you can really see the inspiration here. I'm wearing gloves on this one, so I don't leave any smudge marks to showcase the incredible detail when it comes to the finishing. You can see that fine brushing here on that bracelet, solid links, this gorgeous case silhouette. It's got that sort of UFO look, especially with this beautiful case back that I like quite a lot. Has a petal design, something very unique. It overflows just a bit, but that actually gives you quite a lot of breathing room. We all know the feeling when wearing a steel case, how it gets quite uncomfortable on those hot summer days. As you can see, even details of the underneath of the case, that brushing is just perfect. And then the tolerance of those end links meeting the case is just, it fits like a glove, pardon the pun. Incredible detail, incredible finishing. I mean, look at how tight those end links are. And this is just an indication here. It's hard to tell from this angle, but there's barely any flex to this bracelet on wrist. That amount of tolerance you'll only see on much more high-end watches, and maybe you won't even see that on those sort of high-end watches. Beautiful butterfly clasp here with an additional security clasp, which I quite like, and then the signed Mancheront logo, which just exudes pure elegance. Overall, an incredible design watch. I love the pulsometer. If you don't know what that is, it's a traditional method of tracking your heartbeat. You would line this up, and the moment the second hand meets with the triangle, you will measure your heart rate for 30 beats, and the moment it stops, the second hand stops, and any indication here would result in the beats per second. So a really cool addition. Dylan says that this is to sort of touch on the modern aspect of smartwatches, and now you can have a mechanical version of that aspect in terms of counting your heart rate, which I quite like. I think that's unique. Okay, let's talk legibility. Well, black and white combo on a dial is always just going to be a standout, and this watch is no exception. Extremely legible. The mattness of the black just helps with that contrast. I love the 24-hour track. Not sure if I love the actual feature itself, but the actual white circle on that dial with that power reserve up to 12 really helps with that overall symmetrical look when it comes to legibility. Let's have a look at this bad boy in low light. Okay, so safe to say that C3 Luminova is beautiful. It just beams. There's a little bit of light here in the studio, but as you can see, that is gorgeous. The good thing about this one is it lasts quite long as well. I tested it before filming and earlier this week, and the blue tinge just lasts throughout the evening. So love the lume on this. Although those indices are thin and small with the batons, it still stands really long, so there must be quite a lot applied onto those indices. Amazing lume. Okay, so final thoughts on the Pacer. It's really tough with this one, and when I say it's tough, I mean it's hard to find negatives. It is an exceptional watch, borderline luxury. I feel this watch at its current price of 950 Australian dollars. This is a weird thing to say, but I actually feel like that is cheap for what you're getting with this watch. You're really going to find something like this at a much higher price range. Exceptional quality, finishing. I mean, it's assembled in Switzerland, so everything's done right. It's just a really great watch, all the way down to very minute things that you wouldn't expect the owner to go into details with, like something as simple as this, if the camera could focus. There's even brushing in between the end link there where the clasp folds over. Little things like that you don't expect to see, but that amount of attention to detail, you got the Sydney logo there, is just exceptional. You even have subtle brushing in between these unique shaped grooves or knurling on the crown. It's hard to see it because I don't have macro, but it is really, really exceptional. The high polish is just a great watch overall. Yes, it does have the silhouette of a Submariner as well as the Oyster bracelet, but that's just where it ends. I mean, this watch is nothing like the Submariner when you come to think about it. It is a stunning, unique piece. Yes, the con is going to be that 14.2 millimeter size height. Is it going to be the best for some? But when it's actually on wrist, it wears much slimmer, much closer to the wrist than you expect. If I was to point out a con that I would like to see changed, if there was a version 2, maybe get rid of the 24-hour subdial, because while it does look cool and it's symmetrical, it's not a very useful tool, especially nowadays. And then the other complaint I would have would be the hands. I feel like they're slightly too slim for the design of this watch. I would like them to be slightly thicker, or a different shape overall. But that's it. That's where it ends. The Pacer is an exceptional watch. Highly recommend checking them out. Links will be down below. And yeah, overall, incredible.
Well, there it is. The Mancheront Pacer, a refined piece of art with incredible build quality truly, you need to get your hands on this to experience the level of quality that it offers. Really underrated in terms of price point for what this level of watch is, and I highly suggest checking them out. Don't forget to check the links in the description below, and remember to watch out.